สวัสดีค่ะแพตตี้นะคะวันนี้ได้รับเกียรติได้รับเชิญมาเป็นเกสต์ในวิชา EN463 English for Hotel and Tourism 2นะคะยังไงก็ยินดีได้รู้จักแล้วก็ได้เจอน้องๆอาจจะเป็นการผ่านกันวิดีโอออนไลน์ช่วงนี้เนาะโควิดแต่ก็ยังไงก็ยินดีที่ได้รู้จักนะคะชื่อภัทรจารีดิศรไกรนะคะหรือว่าแพตตี้วันนี้ก็จะมาพูดถึงว่าชีวิตของแพตตี้เนี่ยเรียนอะไรมา แล้วก็ไปเป็นแอร์ได้ยังไงนะคะแล้วก็ตอนนี้ทำอะไรอยู่หรือว่าในส่วนของหัวข้อตอนที่สัมภาษณ์แอร์เองอันนี้ก็แทรกมาให้น้องๆนะคะเริ่มต้นกันเลยเนาะแพทนะคะเรียนจบมาจากมหาวิทยาลัยเกษตรศาสตร์นะคะสาขาไบโอเทคโนโลยีสาขาเนี้ยก็เป็นวิทยาศาสตร์จ๋าเลยก็ไม่ค่อยมีส่วนที่จะเกี่ยวกับทางด้านภาษาหรือว่าการบริการนะคะแต่ว่าส่วนตัวเป็นคนที่ชอบวิทยาศาสตร์มากแล้วก็ชอบภาษาอังกฤษด้วยนะคะก็เลยเลือกที่จะเรียนสายนี้แล้วก็มีความสุขดีที่เรียนแต่ว่าเมื่อได้มาทำงานแล้วอย่างเงี้ยก็ค้นพบว่าตัวเองเนี่ยชอบอยู่กับผู้คนเนาะอยู่กับมนุษย์ก็เลยคิดว่าการทำงานในแลบเนี่ยไม่น่าใช่ทางของเราอะค่ะหลังจากนั้นน่ะแพทก็เลยบินไป US หลังจากที่เรียนจบเป็นโครงการออแพร์เนาะเป็นโครงการที่เราเนี่ยได้แลกเปลี่ยนวัฒนธรรมเป็นเวลา 1-2 ปีนะคะแล้วแต่เราจะเลือกเลยก็เป็นโครงการที่ใช้ค่าใช้จ่ายน้อยแล้วก็ได้ทำสิ่งที่เราชอบก็คือเราเนี่ยชอบเด็กเนาะเราเนี่ยแล้วก็ไปเป็นออแพร์นี่ก็หมายความว่าเหมือนพี่เลี้ยงเด็กอย่างเงี้ยค่ะแล้วก็ไปอยู่ในบ้านโฮสต์เลยกินอยู่กับเขาก็ได้เรียนภาษาจากโฮสต์แล้วก็ยังได้เรียนภาษาจากที่อเมริกาด้วยนะคะเพราะว่าการเป็นออแพร์เนี่ยเราต้องเรียนแพทย์จำไม่ได้ว่ากี่หน่วยกี่แต่ว่ายังไงก็ต้องเรียนที่ college อะค่ะที่อยู่ใกล้ๆบ้านไม่งั้นเนี่ยก็จะถือว่าเราเนี่ยไม่ได้จบโครงการออแพร์อย่างสมบูรณ์แบบก็จะไม่ได้ใบประกาศนียบัตรนะคะจากโครงการนี้ Okay guys, so now I'm gonna start talking in English because anyway we are in the English class, right? So now this part I will tell you the story when I went to Krabi to do the interview for Qatar Airways. Actually, I used to have this clip before. I record this clip when I got into Qatar in the first place. So the link is in my PowerPoint. So I will put it in the QR code for you guys to just scan it, and then it will pop up my YouTube channel. And this clip it will tell you how is my experience in detail for what I did in open day. You can see in the clip, but right now I'm just gonna go very fast about the process and how I prepare myself. So first of all, that time is I just came back from US, right? And that time my physical is huge. I am gain 5 or 7 kg in weight. So what I had to do that time is I have to come back to Thailand and exercise very fast, control my dietary, and yeah, then the time is arrived. So I book my ticket to Krabi with my mom and book the hotel as well. The hotel is just right next to the hotel that they have the open day, so it's very convenient for us. And my mom, she can do my hair and I can make up by myself, so everything's go fast. And then I get into the first day. They have 2 days this process. The first one is you have to drop your CV or your resume to the committee, and if you pass, they will give you a little letter. It's called I don't know what it's called, but it's just like a white letter, half of A4, and then you have to come back if you have this A4. So it's like 70% of the applier, they get cut out from this process already. But I got passed. Surprise, surprise. And then I have to come to the next the next day is called assessment day. So assessment days mean you have to do the test, the English test, I mean. So they're gonna talk about the profit that you got when you enter the airlines, when you be the employees, you be a crews, and whatsoever. And then they give you the test. So you have to pass this test. The thing is, I don't know how they measure it, but I think it's measured from the people who got the full score and to the less and less and less. And yeah, I don't think they took the people who got like 50% score in the assessment. But the assessment is very, very easy. If you are good in English, like good enough. I mean, for the grammar, it's not really, really deep. And yeah, they have like paragraph, essay for you to read and just fill the answer. It's even easier than TOEIC, I would say. So yeah, I passed that assessment day, and then the next day is you have to do the interview. The interview is have many process as well. First, you have to go to the first interview with them. So you got to go in there, and then you have to choose one stick with a question. That time I remember that I got like, what is your favorite furniture in your house? And and then my answer is my computer. If you want to know more why I choose this one, you can go to my clip again. I don't want to go into too much detail here. And the final interview is like, they will ask you everything that they want to know about you. Is like your experience, how you cope with the situation, if it's get like this, if it's get like that. So I got a question about an au pair. A lot is like, how do you deal with this situation? How do you deal with those? How you control yourself when the kid is get crazy? And yeah, I think it's very, very important that you need to be very good in English, because if they ask you, they will just like shooting the question. They don't let you think. They don't let you like translate in your head. So you have to just like throw it away, just like talk in Thai but in English. So you have to think in English, because I will tell you what, like if you're faking it, that you're good in English. It's like you prepare yourself very, very good, and then they can't catch you in that moment when they do the interview. You will be suffer a lot in the kata training period. Like we have like training system that you have to go there, and then you have to train for 2 months, and then you have to pass the test. And the teacher there, they are all Indian. It's not all, but it's like 95% of them is Indian. And you know how Indian talk, right? There's like I was shocked in the first week because I couldn't catch anything that he say. And yeah, it's very hard, the training. We have to remember everything. We have to be like really clear. Everything in the book we have to remember it, like word by word, not just like okay, remember it and then you can do the test. No, you have to remember it just like you're reading aloud, and you have to write it in the same word, same sentences. Yeah, you can just write anything you want. And then is I saw many ladies, the girls, they go there. Some of them they are like Korean. I wouldn't say Korean is not good English, but some of them they like crying. They cry every day because they couldn't catch anything that the teacher say. And yeah, that's gonna be a problem. They're gonna fail the test, and then they will send them back to the country, which is very sad. It is even worse than you didn't pass the interview in the first place, right? So yeah, after the final interview, we just gotta wait until they email us or they call us that you passed, and you have to go for do something else like send a document or take a photo, blah blah blah. Oh, and one thing is about your skin is have to be so clear. You can afford to have the pimple, or you can afford to have the scar to be a cruise. I mean, the scar, a little bit of scar is still not acceptable in Qatar Airways, because I don't know why, but yeah, they're very strict about the scar. If you have it in the plate, which anyone can see it, but if you have it inside your clothes, like no one can see it, it's fine. They're not gonna take off your clothes or something like that. The topic is very hot. It's very interesting for someone who want to get into this careers. So yeah, about the income or the profit, I will start with the profit. So in Qatar, you can have your accommodation, and they're gonna send you to the airport through the bus. It's for free for the cruise. It's like a benefit for the cruise, so you don't have to pay for your rent, you don't have to pay for your bus. You only have to pay for your food just on the ground, because if you go on the plane, they will have the food for you. The casserole, we call it. It's like the meals on the plane that we give to the passenger. They will prepare it for the cruise as well. And yeah, the income, they will separate our salary into like 3 parts. First of all is the base salary. Base is mean you don't have to do anything, just work. You don't have even to fly. If that month you don't have an hour flying hour, so it's like 3,800 Qatar Rial. So the 1 Qatar Rial is like 9 to 10 bars, so you can just calculate it as you wish. And then we got another part of our income is called the flying hour. I will start with the flying hour. So if that month the schedule you're for the more flight, is mean you have to work more, but then you have more hour of flying, so you get paid like 500 baht per hour. So it's a lot if you have more than 100 hour a month. And normally in Qatar Airways they give you above 100 hour a month for sure in Qatar. Like back in that time, it's very busy. So, and the third one is the allowance. So the allowance is like when you have a layover in other country. So I have to say, normally I didn't stay in Doha that long. Like in 1 month, I only stay in Doha 4 or 5 or 6 days a month. Normally we will fly a lot, and we got a layover. Layover is mean you go to that country and you have to stay there to operate the flight next day or next 2 day whatsoever. So yeah, the allowance is they give you to live in that country, to buy food, to travel, to do whatever you want with that allowance. You don't even need to use it. Some crew, they just like been flying for a few years and they get bored of that destination, so they don't have to go out. They can keep that money for themselves. But not for me, because I'm very new. I go out everywhere, every country, and very often. And we also have the rules that you have to be in the hotel 12 hours before your flight, before you operate the flight. It's called minimum rest. So yes, you have to rest before you operate the flight, just for just for everyone's safety, I guess. So yeah, so our income plus part 2 plus part 3. So the estimate number is just like 80,000 to 100,000 baht. That's a lot, right? Yeah. So okay, that's the income that many people ask me, or many people want to know that. But the one thing that no one asked me is about the risk. What's the risk that I have to take when I go on a flight? First of all, as you guys know, to be on the plane is risky, and we accept it. Before I even be a cruise, I knew this fact. So I'm not afraid of flying. I'm not afraid of like some shaking on the plane or anything. But yeah, there's a risk that we can die in 1 day, or we can die in Sunday. We don't even know it. Yeah, that's one risk. And another one is the risk of being fired, of getting fired, I mean. So yeah, my situation for my first flight is called the first observation flight. That means you have to go for this first flight and operate this flight with other crews. So I'm very new that time, and I made a mistake. I have to tell you that I'm a very forgetful person, and when I get excited, I'm very freaked out. It's not like freak out shouting, but I can't put I can't put it together. My mind is just everywhere. So on my first flight, I got a warning letter, which is very important to not have. It's just like warning letter that if you get it 3 times, you're gonna get fired. I got it first one because no, it's not a warning letter. That time they give me a chance. So this is like warn me, but not literally give it. So yeah, the thing is, what I did is I forgot the passenger. That time I have to serve, for example, from row 11 to row 23, and then I got so excited because it's my first flight, so I forgot them, like drew 2 or 3 rows, and they didn't get a meal. So that's a big problem in Cathay. So this is like so they write the letter to complain about that flight, about the cruise on that flight. So we need to have the investigate by my manager. We will get like personal manager. They will look after us, our batch. Yeah, and they gotta go to the office and write the essay, like long essay about why did I do that, and is it gonna happen again, what I can do to prevent it from happening again. Yeah, and they just warned me. They didn't give me any letter yet, but it's very risky that if you don't perform well, if your act, if you do your job below the Qatar Airways standards with it like 5-star airway, you will get fired like this very easy. So you have to be very careful, very mindful and vigilant. Not all the crew is nice to you. I mean, a lot of them, they're very, very nice, but not all of them, of course. We are human, right? So if you are new and they knew that you are new, you are they will help you most of, but some of them they just like want things to go quick so they can just relax after that, after the surfing and everything. So yeah, it's gonna be a problem for the new crew to adjust yourself a bit. But after that, like 6 months, you get professional very easy because you do everything like in the same step. When the plane is on the ground, you have to do this, do that, and then the plane is climbing up, you have to do this, and you have to serve this. You have to remember the menu, you have to remember the food that they have on that plane, because actually you have to remember the special meals mostly. March, when the COVID start in Thailand. So I come back and I think I'm very tired and I want to take a rest. So I just like stay at home and learn some Chinese, some Japanese, some thing about investment for a few months. And after that, I got so bored because you had to stay in your house. You remember that the first wave of COVID. Yeah. After that, we can it's get better the situation, so we can get out. Yeah. And about my careers after that, I got a job offer to be the commercials manager in one Germany company. It's like import and export the feed is used like the feed or pet food industry in Thailand, and it's pretty new. It is very new experience for me because I never sell anything. Like I never buy something like this, like feed, like pork meals. You don't even know what is it, right? Yeah, but then I'm adjusting, and then before I realized I worked here for 6 months, and my life's going pretty good. I mean, the previous experience must help me a lot to cope with people, to cope with the customer, with the colleague. By the way, my colleague is really wonderful people. I like them, and my boss is really, really nice, very kind to me. He gave me a chance with maybe no one can see it that time, but he saw it in me, and I really appreciate it. I like to thank them all. Yeah, and I think that's all from my side. Well, I know that this is not much for you guys, but I think if you can pick some of my experience and then you can adapt to yourself, just like if you have your passion, if you have your goal, like you can go for it no matter what people say, no matter who say that you can't do that. It's too dangerous, it's too risky. I would say risk is all, is on your life. You only live once, you only born once in this life. And for my opinion, I want to make it the best of it. I don't know why I waste my time to listen to other people say that this is not good. Why you can just like go and do it and decide by yourself if it's good or bad. Yeah. I don't know what you guys want to know more. Maybe the situation that I faced before. You can reach me and ask me the question as well. By the way, if some of you are want to be a cruise, I used to teach as my second job, like to teach people to know how to interview, how to get chosen for Qatar Airways. And about the CV is very important as well. I help them to make the CV as well. So yeah, you can ask me about that if you're really want to be a cruise. I believe that everyone can be a cruise. Everyone can be anything if they are determined enough, if they set their goal, if they have passion. Okay, for this part, I will teach you about the sentences that we use on the plane step by step. For the first step is on ground. Sample English phrases that we use a lot is welcome, on board, sir, madam, and may I help you find your seat, and then you see the ticket, see the seat number, and then you bring them to the seat and help them with the baggage to put in the cabin. And then you can ask them like, what would you have to like for the drink? And sometimes you can tell them that we are preparing for takeoff. We will serve you a requested drink soon as we are airborne, or we like on the flight. For the moment, may I get you a glass of water? So if they ask for the juice or for the alcoholic drink, that is something you have to prepare and you don't have time on the ground because you have to do many things. So you can just tell them to just wait until the plane is up. And then we have to offer the towel. The sentence that you have to say is, may I offer you a refreshing towel? It's like a wet towel for the passenger to like wash their hand or wipe their hand. Yeah. And then before you go, you can say, if there anything else I can do to make your flight more comfortable, please don't hesitate to let me know. Yeah. And if they have the request, they will tell you that time. This is on the ground sentences that we use a lot. And for the in-flight step, so this time you will have to serve soon. You can go to them and say, hello sir, madam, hope everything is going well. We will serve you the breakfast or lunch or dinner according to the list on the menu in a short moment. Please take your time to choose. And you have to give them the menu sheet, which will write the list of the meals that we have on the plane today for them to choose. And then we can say, in the meantime, what would you like to have for the drink? It's like while they waiting for their food or for their meals, maybe they are hungry, so you can offer them a drink, maybe a juice or something to make them like happy. And then we will roll the cart out with the food and the drink, and we serve. And when we serve, we will say again, we are serving breakfast, lunch, dinner. What would you like to have, or what would you prefer? And then you can say enjoy your meals, or enjoy your breakfast, lunch, dinners, can be. And then when we are arrived to the destination or it's time to land, the captain will make the PA or public announcements, inform that passenger about the landing time estimation and the time at the destination, the weather, something like that. And we have to secure the cabin. We have to walk down the aisle and then tell the passenger, may I request you to place your seat upright, fasten your seat belt. Please place your bag in the bin above your seat. That's we call secure the cabin before landing or before takeoff. We have to as well. And then we have to tell them to open the window blind before landing. We can say, please assist me to open the window blind. And the situation that we can face on the plane, mostly what I face is like sometimes they ask something that I don't know the question. Maybe they ask like which ocean we are passing through now, and I have no idea because that time is no internet, there's no map, nothing. So if you're unable to answer the question, I would say please allow me 15 minutes to check on the information and get back to you. And we have to get back to them, either you know the question, either you know the answer or not. You can go ask your supervisor, maybe she or he has the experience, then she may know the answer and give you that, and then you come to the passenger and answer them later on. And the other problem that we face, of course, on the plane we have so many different people. We will have the children, the elder, and the problems come when the children is crying like badly, and this will disturb the other passenger for sure. What I can do with the children is, I would say I will go to them and say, hello young man or pretty girl, what's your name? This one is for you, little one. And then we give the toys from Qatar Airways, and I say this is with complimentary from Qatar Airways. Like on the plane we will have the toy compartment. So if you have a kid like 7 years old or even 3 years old, we have from 3 years old to 12, if I don't remember it's wrong. Yes, we have the toy for them. It's like a doll, color pencil with a notebook. Yeah, we can give them to make them calm down or make them happy. And sometimes it's helps, sometimes it's not. And if it's not, maybe you can find some earplug for the other passenger. You have to see like if you can fix that problem or not. And if the passenger feel hungry but we are not in the period of time to serve them yet or not even close, you can say, may I offer you a package of crisps, perhaps a beverage, and we can name the selection. So on the plane we will have like a snack. Yeah, maybe the potato chips or chocolate. You can give them that first to make them feel less hungry and not angry at you. And when it's turbulence, is captain will make the PA, and then we can make the PA as well. The PA that we make is, ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please return to your seat and keep your seatbelt fastened. Thank you. So this one, you have to tell the passenger to stay as they are in the seat and fasten the seatbelt, because sometimes the turbulence can be like very bumpy and can be dangerous for them. We have to lock the lavatory, the toilet, because if they go inside and if it's very bumpy, they can have the accident there. They can like knock their head, they can get injured. And another thing is when you have the only one meal choice left, one menu left. It can be chicken, it can be beef, it can be fish. I will make an example for the, if you have only the chicken meal choice, you can say, may I suggest you the Chilean Sauvignon Blanc, which complement the sweet chili versus chicken, or would you prefer an alcoholic beverage? We have a choice of spirit and beer. We also have a variety of soft drink and juices. So you have to do anything to like complement your meal choice, the only meal choice that you have, because if they think that you will have the beverage or you have the wine that will go very well with the meals, maybe you can offer the wine together with the meals to make them want to have that meal choice. Yeah, I think that's all for my situation sample phase. Thank you.